Yo ho ho! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper bringing you guys another session of the Boar's Hat podcast. Today we're doing the chapter discussion for chapter 284. Spectacular shit this chapter, my nigga. Can I hear y'all niggas say the demon motherfucking king, bro? The demon motherfucking king. For today, in the comment section, tag all your responses and all your comments, Demon King, and then we'll get to him next stream. What do you guys think of the chapter, man? What are your ratings? What are your thoughts? Quick thoughts.
Wild.
Wild.
Wild, man. Don't do this. I was, you know what's funny? Because I was like, yo, what was the dog's name? Osloff, whatever his name was. What character's name right now?
Oslo, dude.
Oslo.
I was like, fuck that dog. But shit, wild. No, don't do this. I was like, don't do this. Don't sacrifice yourself. We gotta come back, bro. I was so sad. But it was a good chapter. It was great.
Two animals committing suicide, dog. What the fuck
Demon
is
King,
going on?
the Demon King is raw. Jesus Christ.
Nigga, bro, you see the translation, bro? He was like, I just turned off a few spells, that's all. I was like, nigga!
A few? That's the question, though. Why?
That meant just when the settings did a little configuration. Oh, we good. It's like, yo, what?
I actually think that was a mistranslation because we know most people have the ability to turn off their magic, so I'm assuming that's what it is. Because it would complicate the power ruler a lot more if it was literally how they described it, where he turned off a few spells. Like, for example, if he had like a defense incantation and invulnerability incantation, shit like that we've seen before, enchantments that may be to the highest degree because he's the Demon King. I think that would complicate his power so much more. That's why I think that's a mistranslation. It's most likely that he just turned off his power, the ruler, and that's why inversion didn't work on him during that time period. At least that's what my thoughts are. But Zarso, after you go, we have a guest, .Q. He's from the Discord. Guys, check out the Discord for taizai and One Punch Man, One Piece, all shit that we do. .Q just recently caught up to the past two chapters. I believe he was behind, and he's excited to talk about it with us. So, as Zarso goes, we're gonna hear from him.
All right. Well, real quick. Wait, so what?
Nah, I just said hey.
Go ahead, man.
My bad. I'll just go real quick. Chapter was pretty fun. It was pretty goddamn fire. Always love to see Bond in action. Demon King and these several spells. I think that if anything, it might. I guess it translates well. Again, like the power system in taizai, because it's like it seems simple, but in reality, it is somewhat complicated. So it would make sense. At least make sense if you were to have to, turn off a couple spells. But either way, I would say good 10 out of 10. Had a lot of fun. And R.I.P. Wild, definitely.
Oh, man. What's going on, Doc? What chapter did you just recap right now, actually? What chapter was it?
I just reread 283 and 284.
Okay, so you're back up to date. So what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Thinking the Demon King is retarded. It's ridiculously strong. Ridiculously strong.
Yeah, he kind of big goat. But I feel like Meliodas was kind of not doing that bad.
My nigga, did
Are
you?
you kidding me?
Oh.
What do you mean? Are you kidding me? No, he's low diffing them right now, bro.
Like, what was it? 6,093 fights, bro. With fucking 3 high-level fighters. Like, Wild isn't low level of anything. We know that just by him being that species, he's strong as fuck. But also, he's a capable fighter, fighting the Demon King on his own for like millions of years. I think it was like millions of years, he said something like that, fighting the Demon King. Thousands. Bruh. When Meliodas comes back, what the fuck? That's 5 commandments. The release of possibly the usage of his own personal magic that we don't know about.
He's gonna cut the earth in half.
6,093 fights, 60 years worth of fighting the Demon King, getting your ass bust. What the nigga?
Yo.
So go ahead.
Nah. Just I don't understand. Like, I don't foreseeably see how they're going to beat this guy.
Well,
Meliodas out.
Well, to be honest, there wasn't really a chance in hell to beat him in the first place. That's the issue. Here's the thing: you can't fight him in a battle of attrition. He's been there for like what, like 8 million years because of how fast they speed up. There really isn't a way. So them having to fucking get tossed out, best option, literally the best option. Because I'm not fighting. That dude literally bodied all of them. He could have killed all of them. Wild just went crazy, which I thought was pretty cool too.
I mean, I agree with you that I had no, like, I didn't think, and even now, I don't think they can even beat this guy, even with Meliodas' power-ups. It seems a little bit dangerous. But I was very interested and, like, kind of worried about how we were going to deal with this obstacle. Because the first time we saw it, I don't know if you guys remember when Meliodas first died, that's when we first encountered Demon King. And supposedly they fought that time period too. So now I'm like, Naya said it best. Meliodas wasn't getting fucked. Like, he was getting fucked, but he wasn't getting, like, he ain't bend over and get fucked. He got fucked through force and shit. So, like, is it conceivable to beat the Demon King? Like, honestly, is it conceivable to beat the Demon King?
It is conceivable. However, they're gonna need a lot more. Definitely.
Praise the sun.
Yep.
No, joke out. But with him having the like 5 commandments and whatever buff he's gonna get from his emotions, been fighting this long, I don't know, man. Looking kind of powerful.
I'm not saying he's not powerful. I'm just saying, like, they haven't done anything significant to the Demon King yet.
I mean, being able to bring the Demon King down to his knees is pretty significant to me. I'm just saying that, like, at the end of the day, if they really, really, really want to take him down, they're gonna need a lot more people. It has to be just him, because if you have him and somebody else helping the Demon King, yeah, you're already fucked. There's no way.
Did you guys find it odd? Or, like, I was looking back because I wanted to confirm that once again the sacred tree is the strongest weapon in taizai, and the strings that, like, I was able to connect is for the first thing I'm speculating is Bond. Besides Jericho, and please correct me, he's the only person who got his magic by doing something. Like, most of the people are born with the magic, or they develop it over time or something like that. Bond, we were told literally by stealing so much that he gained the ability to snatch. And
I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember.
It's not that we were told, but rather Bond was a thief, and because of his nature as said thief, he essentially his magic was based around thievery itself.
No. I can, like I said, I can't confirm this, but what I remember clearly was that they told us that he gained snatch from stealing. So even if it is the way you just said it, or like they depicted it through drawings, or whether verbally saying it, I know that's a concrete fact. So with that being said, we look at the current thing that Bond just did. He's giving power away. He said he's, in the translation they made it they wrote
gift.
Yeah, gifting his immortality. So what I'm trying to get at is that the constant thing, just like the constant thing with inversion is like the flip, the constant thing with Bond's power is taking and giving. Like not taking and giving, like, I guess you call it adapting, or it technically is taking and giving. So I wanted to, like, I think that's his actual power, not snatch, but the ability to take and give.
I mean, attraction, repulsion, kind of like, to an extent.
No, he's saying the same way that he'll be able to do something like steal magical power, or to something he can also give it from himself.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but that was something that he would never gotten on his own yet. Like, he definitely needed like a lot more time to develop that magical power. Like,
but I'm saying that's his original power. Like, snatch is not like that. It's just like the ruler thing. Like, that's what I was trying to compare it to, because it seems similar to that. You see what I'm getting at? Okay. How the ruler was said, okay, we don't know what it is, but then we seen the characteristics of it and they found it out. I think the clues and the characteristics of quote unquote snatch is the ability to give and receive power. It's not necessarily, oh, I can just steal shit. No, it's that was his innate power. Like, you can call it something else if you want, but I think that's his innate power.
You know how much more broken it is now that he can feed people his immortality, bro? Like, this is crazy.
Yo, my nigga.
Big goat.
But the thing is, I don't think that was his original power. Snatch was definitely his own original power, and then because of his time in purgatory, that's the only reason why he's this good. It's the only reason why. There would be no other way.
I could. The thing is, what makes it difficult is that's why I mentioned the sacred tree. That the sacred tree has properties that like I'll give you 3 examples that I have for evidence. First, we were told by Elizabeth that it has to be a non demon, non goddess to defeat Mael because of this combination. And the strongest person that was available at the time period was King. Let's accept that the fairies or fairy magic is able to defeat a being of that stature, attitude, whatever you want to call it, for whatever other reason. I can't specify exactly why it was only them three. Maybe it's because like he was too strong to be affected by those powers, or like he could have just absorbed it. Whatever we want to say it.
For the commandment when he was being attacked.
Yeah. Mael was the reason why we don't know the reason why Mael was invulnerable supposedly to darkness and arc magic at the time period, but we were told that he was, and that only a human and a giant and a goddess, or excuse me, and a fairy. Huh?
I would say probably because of one, the fact that he was about equal in power to the other archangels, or at least like he was up there as an archangel. He was in like he was in that class of arc magic users, and then the fact that he had the commandments kind of just only buffed him up and added darkness to him. That's the only reason. That's the only real reason why.
Okay, but that's just one example. All right, let's just say that he was too strong for the other races, like you said, and that the only thing that could beat him was a different race. A fairy magic is what brung him down. Besides Gauther's demon shit, then we have this occasion recently where more fairy magic. That's what the Fountain of Youth is. It's confirmed to come from the sacred tree. So magic, or his ability to like have eternal immortal life, is indeed from the sacred tree. Is afflicting the Demon King to an extent that he dropped to his knees just by feeding an absorbent amount of fairy magic. So that's the second part of craziness of the sacred tree. The third part is the chastity fold, a weapon that we've been told to us now more than 3 times that we don't know how strong the chastity fold is. We just know how strong the people that can pull from the chastity fold are, and that they always can pull a certain amount and not all of it. Not one person has ever been described as pulling out the full power of the chastity fold. It's just they can pull out more and more and more power. In the fourth,
I assume that. My bad. Go ahead, Grimm.
No, those are the 3 examples as to why I think that now confirmed the sacred treasure is probably the strongest thing in taizai, and that bond may be crazy for having it.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going with this. And personally, I would say that yes, Fountain of Youth did come from the Fairy King's force and everything. But to say that like it's now like that's his magic and everything, yeah, that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
I mean,
I would say that if anything, his status has changed, but his magic hasn't really. Yes, in fact, he is immortal. Yes, in fact, they did come from the Fairy King, but again, his status just changed from human to immortal. It's not like that. It's like his immortal life is really like all too fairy for the most part.
I wasn't saying he was a fairy. How do I put like his immortality is due to the Fountain of Youth, and now he's able to give the Fountain of Youth to others. I'm saying that Bond's innate power is the reason why he's able to give and take. Nothing else is influencing Bond's power besides the youth.
Immortality.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the fact that he can give and take that is all due to him. Now, I can agree that he's only awakened the power to give because of the 6,093 fights with the Demon King. But I think that the fact that he could awaken it means that he had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah, not to get into too much like fucking theories or speculation and shit. Cause like there's one thing that also surprised the fuck out of me was the door to the other side.
Yes, the hole.
The butthole.
I have never ever seen like, cause I'm kind of religious and shit, so I've never seen like purgatory depicted in a way like this, or like even a realm to like a different world. I think Death Note did it in a similar way. Whenever like the Shinigamis would drop their books and stuff like that, they drop into a big hole or like a big portal thing or whatever. So like, What do you guys think of this whole presentation of purgatory in general, and now the exit to purgatory?
Purgatory is rough, man. You forget what happened to Man when he first got there? This shit was rough. He was coughing, fucking poison, all kind of nonsense. His place is not a nice place to be. I mean, it doesn't look. I think maybe aesthetically it doesn't look as bad as you would think like hell or purgatory would look, but it still sucks. I mean, if you're like weak minded, you just become a denizen of fucking purgatory and whatnot. As for the portal, I mean, I didn't imagine it would look like that. I thought it would be a lot more like majestic or something, but I'm fine with it. It's just a small little hidden thing, a little butthole in the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally a hole, just like a hole in the ground.
It's cool.
I want to say it reminds me of Dante's Inferno because I think that like towards like the end when like he gets down to the to like the deepest to the deepest pits of hell, it's like he somehow I think he goes into a hole and he's like shot back up. I think like he's shot back up somehow. No, he actually goes all the way down, and I think like he ends up on the other side of the world. And, like that's kind of like how he got out of hell. So I think that might be a callback to Dante's Inferno. Then again, I'd have to go reread Dante's Inferno in order to be sure. I believe that's how it worked. Other than that, I like the environment. I like the way that the environment's always shifting and everything, so you can just deadass just stumble upon someone. And I think it's like probably the greatest highball time chamber of all time. Not many people can actually go in there and survive.
There's the fact that he can just walk around in there for millions of years like nothing. It makes you think how strong does he have to be because of that. But then look at Wild. Like as much as we want to like be inconsiderate about Hawk or like the animals that are not main characters in taizai.
No, Hawk top 5. I'm not hearing this.
Hawk, Ocelot, Wild, are you crazy? They're out. I would never.
Hawk is top 5, and I'll debate anybody on this.
He does have he has a nice magic ability. Anything that he can copy like that's crazy.
Kirby shit.
As a captain of leftovers, and you will respect him.
Is it confirmed that he reincarnated when he got killed in the beginning?
No, I don't remember. Wasn't it like
yes.
you to send like animals to like watch him, some shit like that? I can't even remember. Because was it a hawk originally a hawk or something like that?
Yeah, he was Wandel. But
no, he didn't reincarnate. They didn't say that. They said it just sent different animals.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to wonder. Was it a reincarnation or just a different one?
I think the author kind of hinted towards reincarnation because when they showed Meliodas waking up after being sent away by Merlin, he was talking to Hawk, and then like Meliodas was reminded of Wandel, and he was all like, "Wait a minute, your name's Hawk, but you're a pig. That's weird." And he goes, "Yeah, but like I feel like for some reason like I feel like in a past life I used to like fly in the sky. I don't know why."
Okay, I know exactly something. Okay, yeah. Agree. But I'm talking about to like when they fought Hendrickson. Remember when he got like a fucking Dark Nebula? And then like Hawk tanked that shit. Yeah.
They end up confirming that in Purgatory because you're like, oh, no wonder Hawk was able to survive getting hit by that attack from Hendrickson. There'd be no way. Not even that. What was it? One of the side chapters. I think it was Hendrickson who was asking, by the way, how'd you even survive that? And he's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm fucking awesome. And he's like, all right, cool.
No, he didn't survive. Go ahead.
Yeah. It was Hawk. Yeah, it was Hawk and Hendrickson. I guess like doing like a play on like what happened when Hendrickson was going crazy, and then he's like, yeah, and then remember I beat you up, I hit you with this attack, hit you with that attack, I hit you with all these attacks and everything, and he goes, by the way, remember when I hit you with this attack and you should have died? How come you didn't?
I knew something was up with Hawk when he ate the piece of that red demon and just like turned into it and had like no negative side effects, but everybody else you saw that just got injected with the blood, like they went crazy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was just comic relief, but I'm happy to see that it actually came full circle. Like he's actually from Purgatory. So I'm like, okay, this actually makes a lot more sense than me just being like, oh, it's funny. Each thing you turn into it. Like I just thought it was funny. But.
I forgot when was the first time that we got some weird shit about Hawk, because I remember that specifically from Taizai. In the beginning, the pig was weird. Like,
well, he talks first of all. I think that's
besides that shit.
Yeah, I think he talks.
So
viewers, if you guys can remember the first moment where Hawk showed some like magical mystery, please comment that in the comment section.
Actually, you know what? Here's how I knew of with Hawks. Not even the fact that he could talk, but the fact that he could literally body some holy knights by moving dumb fast. He's too fast for a pig, and a little too strong too.
A little too raw. Woof. A little too clean. Better respect Hawk.
Like, actually, you know what? Most of the animals, most of the animal companions in Taizai have actually put in some work, which is actually surprising because most really don't. And when they do, it's like, oh, put in like a little bit of work, but I look really cool, like Happy from Fairy Tail. Like, dude, sit down, please. Like, you're not doing shit. Like unless
they've all killed themselves. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that. That's like
Happy the best character in Fairy Tail.
No, don't say that.
Don't say.
Yeah. Happy got them jokes. I
prefer Panther Lily over Happy any day. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
Panther Lily is a filthy nit.
You know he should. Yo, this kid Naya.
Back on topic. Taizai.
You know what?
Yeah,
so in the beginning of the chapter, Nakaba made it a point to mention that their friendship has been like they've been through 60 years of like tribulations and stuff together. Like their friendship's stronger than ever. And then in this chapter, Meliodas says, "I'll hold him off," which was impressive as fuck to be saying that about the Demon King. First of all, and then like Bond trusts him after like a quick little like debate. Bond trusts him. What does that say about them and their relationship? How do you guys feel about that?
There might be like top 5 duos in like manga. To be honest, like Brotherhood and whatnot. Like they're up there, definitely. Like their bond is crazy because. Like I remember, like for me, when it started to like take a pretty interesting turn when they first got into Purgatory, and I was thinking like the roles were a little bit reversed, where it's like Ban was the one kind of carrying the team on his back when Meliodas was a little bit weaker and whatnot when they were first like there, and then saved him. And it's like, do you remember when like Ban was like, you don't know how it feels to have like your girlfriend like die over like
my God,
and they've gone through like the whole spectrum of friendship. Like they said some shit that shouldn't be said. Those guys are gold, man. I fucking love it.
They have a Naruto Sasuke relationship.
No, that's
but you know what? Like, the Naruto Sasuke relationship is like, hey,
that's
don't
a mid.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you like that's the only like other major one that's like. Even in that tier, right? Is it even comparable?
I think Goku and Vegeta is a bit more comparable than Naruto and Sasuke.
I would say the Elder Brothers.
Mature. The Elder Brothers, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, damn, there are quite a few. All right,
there are a few, but I don't think that truly like exemplifies Miller's and Bond. Only because like this, you have to be really cool when your best friend literally hits you so hard your head explodes. And you're fine with it too. And you're fine with it. Good shot, man. My turn. And then you try to do the exact
same thing. And they can bond over their like pain too, right? They both the
only niggas that come through like the handshake, man.
But yeah, they're definitely up there. I think they're like I want to say top 5 at least. Like, I mean, Finn and Jake out. They're raw. But yeah, there's a lot of good ones. But yeah, Ban and Meliodas to me, like there's some of the most organic ones because I feel like they've gone through the entire like the trials and tribulations of friendship. They got mad at each other, yelled at each other, they fought together. Shit, they spent like millennia with each other in fucking Purgatory. Like those guys are fucking blood brothers at this point. Forget Zeldris, like this brother is fucking Ban.
That's real, for real nigga shit. What was it? Started off with Bond trying to kill him because the guy's promise, and then once we resolved that issue, he's like, we'll deal with it later and now. And then Bond took it upon himself to go deal with that shit, and then Meliodas let him go as best friends, but it came out to be that wasn't gonna resolve his issue. And then I think I'm making some blank spots, but I believe up until that point, the next time where Meliodas and Bond met up was coming to the war. Or excuse me, coming to the tournament with Gloxinia and Delore right before that.
Yeah, that's when they made back up, like, a little bit because of what happened last time. Because remember, Ban felt guilty for, like, what he did.
Trying to kill him for his girlfriend. Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
But then again, he was in a hard place, and at the end of the day, a demon is the one that killed her. So it was like he was in a hard place. So it was all things I could sympathize with. Like it made sense to me.
And then the next tribulation was him regretting from his friend that you don't know how I feel, you don't know my pain, like it's not the same. And then he found out that his pain was worse.
Is the same.
Oh no, it's worse, bro.
It's worse.
That's not even comparable. Like you talking shit. This nigga's like.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure went through a lot together actually. Because now I think about it, wasn't it? I believe when Meliodas kind of like killed Frodrin. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna kill Frodrin." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, hey man, good to see you again." Even though it's like, "Hey, you kind of just like killed the dude like right in front of me like that." Then like that was super evil. Like we can all tell you were like hella evil. And then like when he went into purgatory, I think that was the reason why. Because like that was real fucked up for me. It's like not really.
That is true. He confessed to Elizabeth before. Remember at the end of season 2, they did a really good job of ending the season with that. With Meliodas crying about his return to darkness and how he's who he is right now again. So, damn, even more so, he told his girl, which is understandable, before he told his nigga. And he had to wait till his fucking nigga, like, went to go get his ass in order to tell him and shit. That's how... Damn, bro. He chose to not even tell his nigga when he...
I mean, shit, fucking...
Isn't that like an easier way to relate? Your buddy's going through a breakup, right? You usually tell him or try and comfort him about your breakup. Tell him it'll be all right. You'll find another girl, shit like that. But Meliodas didn't even do nothing like that for Bond, bro. He was just like, "Stop crying, bitch." He should have said that. Stop crying, bitch. Oh,
yeah, like they definitely have like a. I think it's because they're so fucking powerful and so goddamn ancient that like they're able to go through like all this time together without like really having like a conclusion to the well. They're able to go through all this time and all these issues like pop up because remember like a lot of things happen between the time Belus and him meet up at Vazio and then he ends up dying and then coming back to life. Because I think it's like he tried to save Meliodas, watched him get killed right in front of him. And then he's like, "Oh, great, Captain's back." Watches his captain become like a murderer, or well, actually no, because I think it's fine because they're all murdered.
That's kind of my thing. I was like, first of all, this guy's a demon.
Yeah, like
done some fuck shit for a long time. It's like you guys are like, "Oh, well, since he learned his lesson, it's fine." He's, no, bitch, kill him. What the fuck are you talking about? Plus, he killed Liz. So I'm like, "No, you better kill him."
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. That rawness.
I mean, but bro, that shit like y'all came from, bro. That shit touched you, though. Like this nigga fraudulent, like that. Grimm ran up to his ass. He was like, "No, let go," and then he.
I'd be like, little kid, you don't get the fuck out of here. I'll punt you as well.
But it does make sense. Like the way Nakaba's done this really well. He's depicted the possessions, especially with fraudulent being involved. And like the emotional and like characteristics, personality of these individuals, whenever fraud is involved, he's depicted it very, very, very well. Now, there was never like one point where I was confused as to like who was in control of the body. Besides once or twice, maybe in the beginning, when Dreyfus was just like stomping around, beating everybody's ass and shit like that, I could have guessed that was like Dreyfus just being himself, working for fraudulent as they both had to, but. He did an amazing job showing the characteristics of like of possession and shit. How fucking like even Dreyfus now has magic of fucking fraudulent still. Like it's I'm really really glad that he did something like that. Like that is some supernatural shit that you don't usually see in manga and anime. And whenever you do see it, it's not normally handled that well. But this is a good time when it was shown.
I think I cut out for a second, so I didn't hear what you said, but got it, Chief.
Go ahead.
I was also gonna say gift called has a power called gift. I think it was who's that big dude, that big ass dude from the Druid clan. I believe his power is called gift, and I thought it was weird. Oh,
the little boy in the big guy's body.
That kid. And I'm thinking to myself, it's all like, does it work the same way, or is it like similar? Or
Did you see that panel of Meliodas in the Demon King when he like that like slash he did on the ground?
Oh yeah.
The one where he split the earth.
My nigga, bro. What the fuck was that?
Chasm. When you put him into a
That was
chasm.
a casual swing. That's what that was.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about. If you go back to the chapter,
the wrist.
The Demon King like he suits up to fucking like slash the fuck out of Meliodas, and then the smoke clears, and then we see Meliodas just standing there with like a big ass like a slash to the left of him.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it looks like he tried to slash him, and then Meliodas blocked it.
Exactly.
I guess that's it. I guess that's what he wanted. That's it.
No,
he's like,
bro.
yeah, like he blocked him or something.
Nah, nigga, that's magic, bro. That has to be magic. Like you're telling me that this nigga who fucking Bond and shit was talking about is weak as fuck, not 60 years ago. You're telling me 6,093 battles later, he's strong enough to physically fight the Demon King? No, I think that was an indication of magic. I honestly, when I saw that, I was like, does he have fucking the other version of Full Counter 2, nigga, mastered? Because that was a straight physical attack. So unless you niggas are telling me that what the Demon King did was a magically imbued attack, and that Meliodas full countered to the side, or that fucking he just blocked it physically to the side, I think you're both credulous.
I don't know, Grimm.
Maybe he just learned form of full counter. I mean, Bond just fucking upgraded his magic. I don't see why Meliodas couldn't. That's also a possibility.
That nigga strong.
I'm just saying that, like, good.
He just strong.
No, because honestly, like, I'm reading it right now. Yeah, they're both in attack and everything. The Demon King's swing does go through. It's not like he was countered. Like someone threw away like his sword and everything. He did get his slash through, but it seems as though either Meliodas parried the attack or essentially stopped his friends from getting obliterated along the way. So.
Yeah, if you look at it, like he only stopped a portion of the attack. Like the rest of the outside of that circle, everything else around him looks like it got destroyed. Yeah. I think he put enough power to just stop that portion of the attack that would have killed them. Like look to the left and look to the right. Like it looks like there's still damage on the battlefield. Like that slash did go through.
So a parry would... I could accept the parry, but the other bullshit is, if you look at the page right before you see the damage, Meliodas, the action is only with one hand. And then the last panel before we see the full view of what happened is Meliodas holding it with one hand. So, are we saying that Meliodas just parried the Demon King with one hand?
But he didn't parry the full slash. He only parried a portion. Like, he didn't negate all that damage. The damage still happened. He just parried the portion that would protect him and his friends. That's not to say strong enough to take that attack. Like,
oh yeah. That's a bit much, dude. That's a bit
much.
That's
what a parry is. A parry is like a redirecting or a deflection of the attack. You're not necessarily stopping on the force. You're just making sure it doesn't hit you. So I'm just saying I agree. It's not like the biggest thing in the world, but. Look at the very next panel. The fucking god is standing like, it's towering mountainously above him. Like, you telling me he can parry that shit with one hand? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, Grimm. But here's the thing they have to realize. Right? This guy, the artist is drawing proportions very well. The proportions that the artist is drawing here, it's very subjective. It's very subjective because so that same panel they're looking at right now, right? Look at the expansive land between Meliodas and him. It literally looks like a hop from one spot to the next, but in reality, that's a lot of distance.
Yeah, it's a
lot of distance.
We just seen it.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say if anything, it's perfectly reasonable to say that Meliodas can at least deflect some of the attack to keep him and his friends from getting ripped apart. And then, and then to that extent, of course, keep themselves alive. And to do it with one hand, he's countered many people with just one arm. I'm not saying, but again, to say that he could just parry the Demon King with one arm with one slash, that's a bit much.
Bro, go ahead, Doc. You were gonna say something?
How many matches have they fought against this guy now?
6,093.
Exactly.
roughly.
At this
And
point, I
then
mean,
in
how
those
many of
6,000
swings like
matches,
that do you think the Demon King has already lobbed at him? He should be able to parry it by now.
and in those 6,000 matches, do you think he's once used revenge counter?
Yes, he did it last chapter.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could definitely agree with the argument that 6,000 battles and all this time here, being that this of who it is, he should definitely have gained an enormous power up from that, just like Bond did. We cannot disregard that for the enemy, though. He's been there for millions of years. Millions of years. Like, and like, not only the fact that, like, how Bond increased in power just by existing in Purgatory, why would concepts not like that not exist to the Demon King, but at a much, much more reduced extent? You know, obviously the heat and the cold in the Purgatory is not gonna fucking kill the Demon King like it killed Bond, but it'll sure erode like the top layer of his skin or armor or something like that over time. You would think, but it's not. That's what I'm simply saying. Like, which we can't compare even what we have now to this nigga. That's why I said it's so crazy that the Sacred Tree being able to affect the Demon King to that extent, it has to be the strongest thing in taizai. It simply has to be. For all the things it's shown from the Sacred Tree, it has to be.
I hope Meliodas takes this dude's sword.
Nigga, that shit look...
It do look fire, though.
I hope he takes his sword and leaves.
Takes
do
it
look
and does
fire.
what? The size of that sword.
Diane couldn't carry that shit.
I know Naya's out here, so Naya knows that all you need is to compress that shit and he good, right, Naya? He compress that shit, he good?
Big facts.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, but what magic ability does that sword have? Why would he give up his sword and the ability to make clones to take a sword that potentially may not have a magic ability attached to it?
No,
Because the sword is a million years old?
No, I was just saying to take it just to fuck with him.
That would fuck with him. I was like, what the f*** you doing with my sword? Give it back.
Nah, he give it to him, bro. So, you become the Demon King with it, right?
Yeah.
You was the king, right? Go get yourself another one. But honestly though, I really do like the simplicity of the sword. I really do like the Demon King aesthetic in this arc. Like I don't know if it's because like they're just fighting like a big ass Demon King, and he's doing like literally like as little as possible to really like show you what he's really capable of, because he doesn't really do that much. Lightning bolt, thunderbolt, fireball,
I love that.
and sword slash.
I love that because
Like,
a lot of times
that's pretty damn cool.
they try to overcomplicate the villain, and to me, the stupidest thing that they all do, Dragon Ball does it every single time. Literally every single villain is the same thing with Dragon Ball. Naruto did it continuously. They make the villains inconceivable to beat. Like, they'll give you powers that are at the top of the verse, and then they'll make the villain have powers that literally neutralize those things, and then they use some mundane stupidity to beat him. Like fucking the whole thing with Madara, right? This was like, I accepted the time period, but it's stupid. None of the other powers, none of the other jutsu were working on this motherfucker. He had the ability to absorb almost everything, and then it had to be taijutsu to beat him. Like, why would, if he has the ability to stop all these crazy things, would you punching him or kicking him had a great ability to do that? It didn't make sense in that verse. And I love that they've done this with this character. Like, they haven't given him magic that's inconceivable. They haven't given him physical strength that's like incalculable. Everything is within the realm of the verse. Like, I could have seen the Demon King being this strong. I expected the Demon King to be this strong, and he doesn't have broken powers. Hacks powers. That's the main thing. If your final villain, your main villain, has hacks powers, it usually turns out stupid.
I would kind of word it differently though, because the way I see it's not that, because here's the thing: one, his strength is somewhat inconceivable, and his power is somewhat inconceivable, but it's because that they don't play on giving him all these different named abilities. You have this, you have that, you also have this, you have these 5 things, you have these 3 things, you also have these 2 things, that 1 thing, also those 4 other things, and that, and this, and and also that too. But you also can do this, because like they don't try to overcomplicate it. But I would say he's pleasantly destructive. Like it's nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. It really is how nice. It really is nice how simple yet supremely overpowered this dude is. But that's just like the stable of taizai.
They go out of their way just to make it not so complicated. Even with the words, I simply deactivated a few spells is all. Like, he could have made that super complicated, but they put it nice and easy, and they just kept it moving, you know?
And he's just as raw. He's just as
raw.
Raw.
Oh Oh wait, hold on. Not only that, because I had put but I lost like mid sentence. But the point I was trying to make was also another thing you have to focus on in taizai. Notice how there's a lot of times they add in certain individuals, but in fights and their magical power supersedes someone else's. Like for example, when Melius first dropped, he had full counter. He could literally blast the magical attack that Twigo was sending out at him. Who's another good example for someone who just came through with the counter? Um, oh, with Merlin came. What they have? They had a perfect cube around the king's chambers. She was absolute cancel to fuck with that shit. Like they always put certain characters in certain places to give them the best advantage over somebody else. That's another good thing too. Like there's a clear disadvantage, and it's like there's not many people who can really get past it, and it kind of like gets a fight done and over with. It's like, yeah, this guy's gonna lose. Like let it, like, yeah, it happened. All right, we're moving on with the story. That's another good thing too. You know how to like they don't drag shit on for too long.
I attribute it to the good magic system or the good power system that Taizai has. There's nothing that's too complicated. Everything's straightforward, and I don't think I've seen any of the series like involving magic do anywhere near as well as Taizai. It really is a structured format. And that's what makes it so acceptable. There's no ass pull shit. There's no like crazy stupid shit besides Merlin's Infinity or maybe even.
Okay,
Yeah.
Grimm.
What do you mean? The craziest thing is Gauta's power. Gauta's power is a little bit broken, ridiculous a few times, or like plot hacksy. No, I mean plot hacksy in terms of like plot hacks. But go ahead.
Let's go with Escanor downing Meliodas with a single karate chop.
You mean that boy? That boy?
Yeah, Escanor. You gonna tell me there's no ass pulls? He literally the strongest guy we saw on this show at that point, and he beat him with a single karate chop. I was like, are you for real?
Are you for real? That's a real one shot.
Yeah, like, come on now, listen, right? When you get down with a boy and the boy is so distracted that like it tears you clean, bro. Come on, that was a good clean tear right into him. Boyfriend get a shirt on, stuff, act like some kind of big old fool.
I mean, to be fair,
down too.
To be fair, I think it would have ruined Escanor's position in the series if he wouldn't have won that fight. With the hype that he got, he had to have beaten Meliodas at that point.
But bro, you thought it was going to be a little more like that wasn't even a named attack. He just karate chopped him, and it was in, and he laid him out.
Of course, it was a
it was a name. Yeah.
Praise the blood club son.
I mean, and I'm complaining, and Escanor is like one of my favorite people in the show, but like that was an asshole, bro.
That was an asshole. Come on.
Doesn't make complete sense. He's strong.
Oh shit! The only other thing that I said magically pisses me off is the whole Maricela thing. How she's still alive and keeping Elaine alive. But besides that, I think we could accept what Doc Q is saying about the whole Escanor taking out Meliodas at a certain point where he shouldn't have. That's definitely viable. But I think the biggest one ever is probably Maricela.
Yeah, definitely. Because like didn't like Bond like out of her bitch, you gonna sit the fuck down and die. Like he really, really, really killed her, and like he somehow came back. Like I'm assuming demons can be resurrected if you have enough power. Like I can only imagine like Zelda did something. Maybe Grey Road had something else to do with it too, and then just kind of brought her back.
Or maybe it's just that Bond sucks and didn't crush all the hearts.
Maybe, yes.
He snapped her neck, and then she tried to absorb that thing from. She tried to absorb the soul from what's his name, and it ended up burning her from the inside out. I'm like, how much can she take?
She got
that was pretty funny.
See that wasn't even like there was three. There was first the encounter with Escanor, like you mentioned. Then there was the encounter with Bond when they were trying to kill Meliodas, and then actually fighting everybody when Meliodas went into the assault mode. She got fucked 3 times.
Didn't they like not kill her? Isn't she like in a tube from the Merlin?
Yeah, it's literally a Merlin capture. I think
to keep Elaine alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. That's true.
So it's.
And Grimm wants to tell me that Skella is better than Vivian. At least Vivian can dip out when she needs to because she knows she's gonna get fucked. But no, Maricela just like I can handle it.
Their ability than her though.
Maricela has more everything than Vivian. Vivian sucks
Not
dick.
really. Not
Vivian,
really.
Vivian probably doesn't even suck good dick, bro. Fuck out of here.
She's not smart. She's not smart. She's not smart. What? You're gonna tell me? No. You're gonna tell me that Phila is smart. No matter how much power she has, this chick really just saw Gallon run away.
I know you saw what she did with her jaw, right? Bro. I know you saw that, bro. You're not trying to get head from a bitch speaking unhinge her jaw. She unhinged her jaw to suck your dick, bro.
Alright, fine, whatever. Fine. Do it then.
Whoa.
Probably gonna burn.
With that long ass tongue, bro. Maricela gives the best head. She has crazy ass magic and shit. She can bring back your dead homies so y'all can play ball and shit still.
What happened to Dreyfus?
What happened to Dreyfus?
What you mean?
Listen.
That was your boy. Like you like.
I mean, he's definitely top 2 of my favorite humans.
Yeah,
but
you like his. No, I'm saying you like his muscles, right?
I'll tell you no. Tighten up.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Were you gonna say those are something you were saying?
I was gonna say, look, she can go ahead and dislocate her jaw. I saw her put her tongue around Escanera's soul. Maybe I felt a certain way. I don't. But like at the end of the day, it don't matter. She's still kind of dumb because she just saw Gallon take a big fat L, and she was all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat you." What?
Well, she thought she had an advantage because, like, okay, well, I can't beat him physically, but I'll like eat his soul and I'll be fine. I think she thought she could get a loophole, but his power like defies logic. You know?
Yeah, she didn't know that. She really thought she had the advantage at that point.
Yeah, so I don't blame her. I don't blame her for trying that. Plus, you know, demon, human, she's probably looking down on him still to some degree. So like that didn't bother me, but fuck, get cooked, bitch.
Exactly.
Crazy son.
So it happened one time, and then she.
You keep going on,
like, I do. Fuck.
Yeah, just connecting in.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
All right. I mean, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'll still put Vivian over her ability. At least Vivian, no, just I'm out of here. Like, because you're saying the minute you see some bullshit, you just stay and think, yeah, I'm gonna win. Okay, I'm probably gonna lose. I'm out. I'll fight you some other time and not get bodied. But no, she just doesn't leave. She just does not leave.
You're just
that. Maybe I am. Listen. I know she has them tight thigh highs, and I appreciate them. I really do. But at the same time, you can't just be a dumb bitch. Come
on. Another important part of the chapter. We already, shed our tears for Wild, but he was able to do a commendable act before he died. He released his form Wild full throttle. It seems like his fur stands up. He produces electricity everywhere. Even his husks have electrical little discharge on them and shit like that. It seems like his strength and speed both amplified because he was able to put an indent inside the Demon King's armor. What did you guys think about this form and all that?
I just feel like I don't know. I guess my issue would have been only why now kind of thing. I guess, but also at the same time, he can be like, okay, I'll sacrifice myself. These two guys, my was it his brother? Is Hawk his brother? Was it?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll go protect him. It's fine, even though I don't get to see him again. Or I'm thinking to myself, why didn't you do this before and try to blitz past the Demon King or something? But I don't know. It was cool. I don't mind having a power up or whatever. I just a little weird that he implemented it now. Jesus Christ. But
I don't know why.
Wait. Didn't it say it'll kill him though?
It
says literally
his life force. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So fuck everything I just said. Then never mind.
It says this is my final resort, my ultimate technique.
Yeah, everything I just said is never mind.
I don't feel after fighting so many times, the Demon King didn't decide to make Wild a commandment.
My nigga, yo,
that would have been wrong. Oh my goodness.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, he was the strong as hell, bro.
That's the leader. That's the leader right there. Respect it.
That's wild.
Go.
Yo, that's the new thumbnail.
That is wild. Let's go. That's wild, baby.
That's wild. Yeah.
Oh shit! Wild of love. Wild of piety, bro. That nigga be strong as hell, bro.
I need a side chapter gag or something. You know, at least I need to see that. I need that. In my
Demon
life.
King Wild.
I'm just saying, like, if he had a command, man, like, he'd be, like, shooting, like, fucking darkness through his tusk.
Durable as fuck, healing, flight.
Mm-hmm. That's scary. That's scary to think about. But yo, put him in the real world, over. Everything is over. Oh, look at that wild hog. Oh yeah, bet I'll eat it. Bet it'll eat you. Bet it'll eat you. It should go buzz past you. Fuck your shit.
I want to hunt it. Nah, it's gonna hunt you.
Are there the dog that Kiba has doesn't compare to this, right? Whatsoever.
Say what?
Akamaru.
Yeah, Akamaru, yeah. Just be like just Wild in general. And when we first met him, Wild would probably beat Akamaru, right?
Yeah, Akamaru's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiba's trash.
Say again?
Kiba's trash too. So
Mm.
while being them together. So
Kiba's new Yamp. That's the thing.
And then who else?
Yeah, really.
What about Char or Pikachu?
Yeah.
Narking that nigga.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like Wild might be a ground type. You know.
Ineffective.
Might be a ground type. So
Ground fighting.
and I probably like ground type, dark hybrid maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. It would have to be dark too. What else?
Wild out.
Does Wild beat what's the strongest animal we've seen? Oh, a Sea King. Yeah, he would body a Sea King. Seconds. Shock that was lightning, you know?
That's even if it is lightning.
Are there stronger like what about the I don't want to mention
God, how about Nekamamushi and Inarashi?
Ooh, yeah, they are animals. Yeah, Wild will probably body him. Yeah, for sure. Oh, hell, for sure. Hell yeah, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's bodying Jack too, you know.
I don't know. The durability feet start to compare now.
Rest in peace, Jack.
Because that's really what I'm giving him.
I don't know about that. Jack took that whole smack from Zungisha.
Yeah, but I'm giving Wild the durability feats of Mama Hawk, and like everything in Purgatory. Because they were told us like the species in Purgatory just off base are stronger than like half the things, half the warriors and taizai and shit in the actual verse and shit. We know that they have like constant durability because they're constantly being assaulted by the environment as well. And then we've seen his offensive ability. And then we were even told about his experience. He fought the Demon King more times than these niggas have. So if anybody's fighting, nigga is Wild.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, oh, I recognize your strength. You can become a commander now.
All right, we gotta hop off that train.
Nah, we on that train.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, wild, yo, it's wild season. Go.
It is wild season.
What was the last thing we were gonna get on to? Okay, so
Where are we at now? That's the real question.
we've made it out.
So where are we landing?
The chapter's on break next week, so probably gonna have another prediction podcast. But in terms of what should happen next, what are your ideas? What are you thinking? What's on your head? What's in your mind?
They down in because that's probably like that's probably the destination of the Demon King. Go find Meliodas. Hey, you Demon King, right? Yeah. All right, bet. Here you go. There's a crown and everything.
I mean, because we finished the Mael thing. I don't think we'll go there immediately next, even though we could. We haven't seen, talked, or heard of Merlin and Rudisell in like years, like 60+ years and shit. Hold on, Merlin and Rudisell were together, right? Or they went separate ways too. They went together too. Yeah. They went together to go get Camelot back, right?
Say that again. Sorry.
Merlin.
Merlin, Rudisell, Gilthunder, Hauser. No, Gilthunder, Hendrickson, and Escanor. They're all.
Damn.
Gang.
That's a fucking force right there.
Gang shit.
I want to go there next. That's what we should be going there next. But so in terms,
the name of the next chapter, would they name it?
It's
I don't remember.
What
I
Lies
don't
Ahead.
remember.
What lies ahead? So taking that title into consideration. Honestly, like every time this dude puts down a new title for the next chapter, there's a correlation. There's some kind of correlation.
No doubt, it's a title.
No, like no,
Title
no,
should
like
probably
constantly.
reflect what's happening in the chapter to some degree. You need.
Well, no shit.
Hey,
Exactly. Is maybe.
Yeah, you keep cutting out, bro. Like continuously.
I am, man. What the hell, dude? All right, we're connected. Now connected.
But okay.
I don't know if we do get Merlin and fucking and all them. Yeah.
Because that would be the next thing that I would expect. Because
I think it'd be a good time to switch to them just because it'll make us kind of have to think about, oh shit, like what's going on with them right now. So we'll kind of have it in the back of our mind. That's just me though.
I want that too, bro. Like it's just there's too many there's too many fronts to go at. Like
I don't know though.
And what really should be the next?
But I think I feel like we covered everything. Did we? Didn't we or no?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think
I cut off for a second though, but yeah.
I think that was probably
both of you.
I'm still waiting on Hauser to get that god grace. That's all I need.
Oh my lord.
All right, so we're gonna head out of here before
That's what I need.
this nigga Zarso pops a dick back in his mouth.
Before Grimm starts popping dicks in the
Bro,
Grimm had it.
randomly bring out Hauser out of nowhere, bro. All right, like and subscribe, guys. Remember to tag your responses to your questions with Demon King in the comment section, and we'll get to them next stream. Stay tuned for the prediction podcast. We'll probably do that next week. Taizai is indeed on break, so unfortunately we'll be dealing with that. We're probably gonna have a One Punch Man podcast coming up in a week or in a few days. The chapter comes out on April 4th, so stay tuned for that, guys. We've got a bunch of the guests coming back. We've got Blastard, Zonin, and we're trying to get one more big content creator to join us. Huh?
You say April?
Who?
What?
My bad, April. Bad.
Ain't no one here, nobody today, huh?
I swear it's April 4th. Am I tripping?
October 4th.
I'm like, it just comes out in April. Isn't it a little early?
All right, we'll see you boys later on, man. Yo ho!